Hello everybody, this is Money Mom. Welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to share with you guys a bad habit, or a couple bad habits I've fallen back into. Let's get started and talk about it. But before starting on that, I want to share with you a little, in my opinion, a funny story. Some of you may find it humorous. Some of you may not think it's humorous, but those of you who have known me for a long time, you know how I roll and you know how I act in public. Well, one of the things I love to do is get out and grocery shop. And I have been blessed to be able to get out and go grocery shopping among other people. Well, the other day when I was grocery shopping, I saw a man. And this guy, I don't know what happened to him. I did not ask any personal questions, but he had a cast on, or his arm like in a sling, okay? And he looked like he was banged up as he had a black eye. I don't know what happened to him. He must have been some kind of accident. But for some reason, I was so excited to see somebody else injured, I kind of hobbled up to him and I said, "Hi." I said, "Guess what? I was in an accident too." I said, "You and I can be friends and hang around together. We can be twinsies." Well, let me just say, he gave me the stink eye and moved away from me as quick as he could. He just looked at me like, and he was not having it, and he moved far, far away from me. Not everyone enjoys me. I know I've shared this before on the channel. You either really, really like me and love hanging around with me and appreciate some of my special qualities, or I'm just too much and you can't handle me. There is no in between. You either love me or you can't stand me. There is no warm area there. It's hot or cold. Let me just say that. Let me put it this way. You guys haven't had to help take care of me, but I'm ornery, I'm stubborn, and I'm kind of a pain, and I'm a lot to deal with. I don't know if any of you would want to come to Dallas to take care of me. If so, you would have to bring your plugs for sure. But anyway, that being said, I want to share with you guys the bad habit. Okay, many of you already know I was in a car wreck. It could have been a lot worse, but to be totally honest with you, it has been really hard on my family and on me because I'm used to doing everything myself. I don't like being taken care of. I like being the one to take care of others. And to be totally honest with you, I'm having to manage some pain issues. That being said, I'm doing the best I can, and it could have been a lot worse, so I'm going to look at the silver lining. That being said, I've used the car wreck as an excuse to fall back into bad habits. And this isn't just weight related, this is other things too. Before the accident, one of my dear friends had an intervention with me about my weight. I started getting back on track. I think I was around 235. I got down to 228, 227, right in that range. Wasn't a lot. I lost about 7 pounds. Then the car wreck came. I have a lot of inflammation in my body. I am going to do the weigh-in every month on the 1st. I'm going to tell you what I weigh with the neck brace, because the neck brace weighs between 5 and 7 pounds. I don't know, and I'm not allowed to take it off and weigh it, so I don't know what it weighs. But it's between that, so I'm just going to tell you what I weigh with the neck brace. That being said, one of the things that I've been doing is I've been doing demos. And when I come home, I'm really, really tired. And so, and because it takes a lot of energy to keep my neck up, to be honest with you. My neck sometimes needs a break. And so I sit down. There's nothing wrong with me relaxing for like an hour and a half. But the problem is I take my little smartphone out, and I go to YouTube, and I'm like, half of my eyes are open, and I'm like scrolling, going like this, going, and then maybe I have a pain med or something, and I'm like this, and I'm going, and then all of a sudden it's midnight, and I've got things I'm supposed to get done for work and other things, and then what happens is I go work over at my computer at 2 or 3 in the morning, and then I go back to lay down, and I'm like sleeping like a Victorian sleep style, 3 hours here, 2 hours here, because I am just laying on the couch because I don't feel like doing anything, and I'm mindlessly scrolling on my phone, binge watching stuff. Not a healthy way to do things. So that is something I definitely want to work on. Also, I have just been, because I've been doing demos and scheduling and all that, I basically, and we've had people bring us food, which is fabulous, I just kind of eat and go, eat and go. There's no plan, no organization, and everything's been chaotic. So where does that bring me now? One of you guys said something the other day. They said, "Dawn, the reason you haven't been successful is you don't have a plan." Brilliant thing to say. And I want to say this. I notice here on YouTube, many people are very empathetic to me, and they validate and they say, hey, Dawn, give yourself a break. You've just been in an accident. Or, hey, things have been tough for you lately. Give yourself some grace, which I appreciate. You've got those folks. Then you got the folks giving you the tough love. And sometimes we need those folks to say, hey, the reason you're not successful is you don't have a plan. We need people like that, because I'm one of these people that I want to validate myself and give myself all this grace, and I want to give all this grace to other people and make excuses for them of why they're not doing things. But if we continue doing that, then we're never going to get anywhere, right? Now, I am going to give myself some grace for this accident. I have been wanting to comfort myself a little bit. I have been binge watching things and resting when I can. I need the rest, and that is the truth. But at some point, I've got to start doing some things to heal my body and get better, which means routine, which means planned eating and more nutrition, which means a better sleep schedule, which means less scrolling and mindlessly watching things. I love crime podcasts, okay? And once I watch one, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is a mystery. I gotta watch another one, okay? And some of them are so good, you know? And so, you know, things like that. So I need to work on those things right there. Next week, I'm gonna do a video about some of my new routines that I wanna show you that are not just good for me from having the accident. They're things that would be good for almost anybody, depending on your situation, that I think you guys would like to see. That being said, I was really getting on a good routine before the accident, since my friend has, came to me and did an intervention about my weight. But there's so many improvements I need to make. But in order for me to make them, I need to have a plan. And yes, I've had an accident, but I can't use that as an excuse to not have a good sleep schedule, not get back on a better eating schedule, and not, just sit and mindlessly watch a bunch of videos and just lay around. I need to be actively doing things in order for my body to heal. I wanted to share with you guys some of these bad habits. Your Dawn over here, your money mom, can be quite lazy. And so I need somebody to come over here and kick my butt, and I know some of you could do it too. I'm just going to end with saying that. Next week, I'm going to do another video, like I said, sharing with you some of my new routines. The person who said I need to have a plan is right, and I need to implement it. I'm going to end with saying this, and I know I'm going to sound like I'm validating. Sometimes life hits us when we're not making plans. Whether it's a car wreck, whether it's a family illness, whether it's something that happens financially, it could be a broken marriage. It doesn't matter what it is. And all of a sudden, you're off your eating plan, you're off your sleeping schedule, you're off everything, and everything is all chaotic. I do think we need to give ourselves some grace. But then for a short time, and say, okay, we're not going to think about anything else. We need to deal with what's at hand. That being said, I think we need to take out our calendar and mark a day and say, okay, I'm giving myself some grace. But on this day, I'm going to sit down and formulate a plan and get back on track. Give ourselves some grace for a short time and say it's okay, and that's what I've done. But say, enough is enough, I need to get back to life and I need things to be better. And the only way to do that is with a written plan. Let me know what you guys think. That's all I have to say for now. I want to tell each and every one of you how much I appreciate your generosity, your support, and how much I love you. And I will see you on tomorrow morning's video. Bye-bye.